21st March every year is celebrated as International Day of Forest. Now, this college is not new to this concept. We have embedded this in our motto itself, from college to village, and the college has successfully been working towards the conservation and protection of the forest resources, biodiversity throughout its existence. Today, in collaboration with the Department of Forest, we are organizing this small seminar on International Forest Day. The theme for this year's International Forest Day is Forest and Innovation, New Solution for a Better World. The way we are looking at our natural resources, the outlook has to be incorporated with technology, science, and the innovation that are taking up in the current world. We have amongst us uh, representatives of Forest Department, Shri Sanjay Bedkikar, Forest Guard from Panji Division, then Chandu Naik, again Forest Guard from the Panji Division, and then we have amongst us Xavier D'Souza from Wildlife Institute of India, working on turtle project here in the state of Goa. Now I welcome all of them on behalf of Vidya Prabodhini College, and I request Principal Sir Dr. Bhushan Bhave to say a few words.
The convener of this program, our faculty in commerce, Shri Rudresh Mamal, the guests which have come today from the forest department, Mr. Xavier, Mr. Bedkikar and Mr. Chandu, and our vice principal Dr. Thosre, my non-teaching staff present here, and all the students who are actively involved in various extension activities of the college. Many of you were present at the peer team visit which happened at Murji, Mandra yesterday. And we have showcased them all the activities college is doing for extension, especially for the environment cause. And I am happy to listen from Rudresh today that it is a forest day today. And you should be all feel proud that you are sitting in the conference hall of the college, maybe for the first time. Because till yesterday it was only used by the peer team visit, and today we have made an opening of this with this forest activity. So I congratulate all of you. I admire the work that you have done so far on behalf of college to protect our environment, to protect our forests, and to protect our beaches also by way of turtle nesting, right? So many times when I read our ancient literature, how the forests are defined or how a tree is defined. Otherwise, what we see a tree, it's just lying as a natural element there, isn't it? But every tree, every plant or every creeper is a chemical industry, if you see like that. It's a perfect chemical industry. Working on what are the raw materials required? Just like for any industry, you require raw material. So what is the raw material that it takes? Soil and water and air for photosynthesis, isn't it? So it works on soil, water and air. They use them as raw material. And what are the products? Every factory has its own products, isn't it? So what are the products of tree? They give us wood, food and oxygen. It's a perfect chemical industry, every tree. And in this entire process, the tree is not adding to the pollution. Every industry will add to the pollution, but tree will decrease the pollution, isn't it? So in a way, tree is a chemical industry, it's a natural chemical industry created by nature, and we are protecting it for our humankind, isn't it? So this is the day that we celebrate for forest. In the Upanishads, there is a beautiful saying, Yantu nadayo varshantu parjanyaha supippala oshadoyo bhavantu annavatam modanavatam mamikshavatam esham raja bhuyasa. What is the meaning? Let the rivers flow, let the forest blossom, let there be fruits and flowers everywhere, and let this human being, which is the center of this entire universe, enjoy all these things without exploiting it, but with supplementing it, complementing it. This is how it is been said in Upanishads. Yantu nadayo varshantu parjanyaha. Let the rivers flow, let there be rains. This is the prayer that our ancestors have prayed, you know. So with this, I congratulate again all of you and even the guests who are present here. For the forest department, it is our pleasure to be associated for so many years. Our Rudresh sir has done so many activities, you are aware about that, in the Pedne Taluka and at different places. Our college is committed to the cause of environment protection, and I hope that these activities in the coming time will add multifold, so that we'll be really taking this message to the community at large. That it is their job also. Since we are a part of this community, whatever knowledge we gain here, we should take it down to the community, to the villages. So with this word, I am confident that the kind of honesty that you have and the commitment that you have, you will utilize your energy and your brains to come out with innovative projects to how to take this message down to the villages. So with these words, I again wish you happy Forest Day on this day, and request Rudresh to take over.
So let us now begin with this interactive seminar where Mr. Xavier D'Souza will guide us. His area of expertise is turtle conservation. There is a national level project which is going on where every single egg laid on any beach of the country is being recorded, and a centralized data repository is being found, and he is part of that national team. So now let me welcome Mr. Xavier D'Souza, and I request him to guide us.
Xavier, please continue.
Yes, sir.
Immediately.
Thank you, sir.
Have some other engagement. Just please the exercise. I was interested in that, but we will see. My video is in.
Yeah, I am sure. Isn't
Back. Dear students,
Public. Sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
No, sir. I'll be only Zeva for today. So, okay. Firstly, I just wanted to know. I wanted to know what is your background actually. I have science students, commerce students. Commerce. Oh, it would be great teaching something new for you. As in, we actually deal with most of the time science students, so they have
Check.
the other
This.
knowledge which are always there. It is fine, sir. You all can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So firstly, how many of you all know how many species of turtles are there in India? Any guesses? Actually, you all went to Morgan. So what species is found over there? Olive. Okay. So in all there are 7 species all around the world. India in our region specifically has 5 species. One is olive, green sea, loggerhead, flatback, and then last is leather. So olive is the smallest one which is found. Flatback is not found in India. Loggerhead is found. So olive is the smallest one. That is approximately I have videos. I can show you all that. It is approximately 2 feet in length. The smallest. Chem and olive is mostly the smallest which is found in India. For India, it is mostly olive red leaf. The biggest one is leatherback. Leatherback is 6 feet, even more bigger than, weighs around 500 to 600 kgs. Not found in India. First, it was used to be found in Goa in the 1980s. After cyclonic conditions, the dynamics of the entire beach changed. So eventually, it is not found in India. Now, it is only found in Andamans, where our team is there working. So only they are the person who are finding leatherbacks. Okay. So now, ideally, it would be a very interactive session today. Nothing is right and wrong. You all can ask whatever questions you have. I am not an expert at a very high level. I can also have flaws. I also don't have that much information. Okay. So even that is your case. You all can ask any questions. It doesn't mind if it is right or wrong. If it doesn't sound right, we can make it right. Then I can give you all whatever answers you want. Okay. So firstly, only the female olive red-leaf turtle is going to come on the beach to nest. Males will never enter the beach. They will only be inside the water. That is their breeding season. Now, mostly males never come out of the water. That is one thing. Similarities between male and female will be always different. Only, sir, you can play one video. So firstly, if you want to see what an egg looks like, now this is somewhere in Maharashtra where even I'm working over there. So this is what the eggs look like. Very, very tiny. It is just like a golf ball. Very soft, extremely soft. Compared to natural, the egg that we eat, gara jo khata tha, they're different. This is very tendery and leathery it will be, because the mother will drop it from this big. There is one video, so that's why it can't be hard. It has to be slightly soft to gain that impact when it hits the ground. Okay, so at a time a mother can go up to 150 eggs, up to 150, 116 eggs. Depending from species to species, the number will also increase. Other species go up to 200, 300, 200 or maximum 250. That is what species go. Olive over here is extremely found. In Goa this year specifically, for the past 10 years, they were nesting below 150. It never went above 150. This is the first year we are reaching somewhere around 400 nests. So that's a very huge number. So indirectly, if you are seeing high rise in number, you are going to always relate it with conservation, which is happening in a very proper way over here. So that is, these guys are leaving hatchlings. Hatchlings are coming back as elders, as bigger versions, and they are coming and laying back on the same beaches. Okay. This is what a female looks like. So if you are seeing, ideally I am putting red light over it. Okay. If I'll be there, if I put white light on your eyes, these are reptiles, same like us. If I put white light on you, you will be very disturbed. Similar things goes with females. If we are putting red light, it is an ample light for them which they can bear. Okay. So now the video, I have another video. Okay. So now if you can see, this is a female. Here will be her genitals. As in, you can see a very tiny tail over there. So when it comes with females, the tail is very small. It will be a very extremely small tail it will have. You might focus on the tail. Yeah, you can see over here somewhere is a tail. So compared to males, males will have even longer tail. The tail will even go further from its legs, from the flippers. Females will have a very small tail. Okay, so that is how you differentiate between a male and a female. Plus, a male will have claws in its flippers, the hind flippers. It will have claws. Why claws? When they are mating. So the female will come and from the upper back region, it will put its claws over there, like a glue. You can say it will catch it in that thing, and then mating will happen. So mating will always happen around November to December. That is the mating season. From October it will start somewhere over there. And now is their nesting seasons, when they are going to continuously come out, they are going to lay eggs, and that process is going to continue. So this female was found somewhere in Mandarin when I was there in the night. This one actually didn't nest. So it didn't nest. So around 11 o'clock I had come when she came in. Till 4 o'clock we were on the beach and she didn't nest. So this is naturally, it is something we called as false crawl. So false crawl is a thing. When females will come on the beach, they'll roam on the beach. Okay. So turtles are very disturbed species. As in, if you go put little also light, if you come very close to it, it gets disturbed. It doesn't care. It will go here, there, here, there, here, there, and it will start digging nest. So nest is something. It will, from a hind flippers, these legs, it will build a nest as in a vase shape. So the opening will be very narrow, and the down will be this big. It will be like a vase, this big from down, and from the opening will be this narrow. And she'll do this with her hind legs. So she'll make a nest in that particular shape. So why a false crawl happens? False crawl is mostly because they'll go from sand to sand. They'll go every place. They are going to check the sand quality, how sand is, what if there is some debris inside. Is it an ideal place? Is it close to the leaves or something? There are Ipomia plants which you will find it on the beach shore. So that is there. They are going to identify all these species. And once they find an ideal place, they will nest over there. So this one had taken around 6 hours. We were sitting on the beach for 6 hours with her. She didn't do anything. So this always happens. So this is an indication where the species is getting disturbed, or she is not finding an ideal characteristic or ideal beach to nest. Okay. Double. Now these are the younger ones. You all won't see them mostly over here. these are the hatchlings of olive red leaf. This is mostly as this was released in Maharashtra. Over here in Goa, we have this thing that we're not releasing, as in we have made that thing, we not release them in the daytime. As in this was released around 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Okay, so that is a fair minimum time. So even to release hatchlings, you have to go for a particular time. That is after 6 or before 6 in the morning. Why? Because you can see birds. Birds are natural predators. Iska. Okay, so we have seen birds, they'll come catch the hatchlings. Okay, they'll remove the neck, break the neck, eat the neck, they'll remove the flippers, and body they'll keep it like that. So that's why early in the morning, if you release, you're wasting your 6 months, as in your 30-day period, 60 days period, which will take for the hatchlings to grow. So over here, if you all want to, they do release it around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the night. Where I am in Agonda, where I be most of the time, there we leave around 3 o'clock in the night. So firstly, no people, 0 people, because you know Indians, as in they get very excited watching hatchlings. And as in if you see 3 people as guards, they can't manage 20, 30 people coming together that we want to see, we want to put picture, we want to click photos and everything. So hatchlings are very sensitive to that, extremely sensitive. So if you're leaving a hatchling on a beach, so first, as in we have been asked a lot of questions, why don't you directly throw the hatchlings inside the water? That can't be done. So first we make them walk on the beach. So it will be dry sand, then it will be somewhat moist, and then it will hit the water. Now why do we do this? Hatchling will walk on the beach. Once it hits the water, there is geomagnetism on water. So that is a natural GPS for the hatchlings. So once she becomes an adult, where after 16 years, when is the ideal time for her to lay eggs, she's going to come on the same beach to nest. So if we pick up the hatchlings and throw them inside the water, they'll be disoriented. They don't have a beach to nest. So that can't be happening. Regarding this only, why we leave it around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, people get very excited. So once the wave hits, the hatchlings come very close to you, like the water line. People start running. In that running only, people will stamp on the hatchlings. And instantly stamping the hatchlings, they are about 60-80 kgs. Hatchlings will die instantly. So that's why, if you all want, I can speak in Konkani also. If someone wants, I can change also in between. Konkani, English, both I can. So this is about hatchlings. So if you all want to study a hatchling, as in how to identify a hatchling. So if you can see, there is this over here. These are the middle one you can see. These are scutes, via which we come to know which hatchling it is. From hatchlings to hatchlings, the scute is going to be very different. So this is the vertebral scute, and these are the marginal scutes. Okay. So vertebral scutes in olive red leaf will be 5 to 6. Depends. It can be sometimes 5, it can be sometimes 6. These, the substrate scutes will always be different in olive red leaf. As in, if there are 5 over here, there will be 7 on this side. It will always be a mismatch. So that is how you identify an olive red leaf hatchlings. Hatchlings, identifying a hatchling is always very difficult because they are very tiny. When it is only going to happen in places where there are mass nesting, as in an olive red leaf is going to come, a leatherback is going to come, a loggerhead is going to come. Everyone is going to come together and they are going to lay eggs. So it will be very difficult to understand which hatchling this is because they are this tiny. So you can't always identify. So that's why you will have identifying creatures, characteristics, and the color will be olive, slightly brownish in color. Okay, this is what we call ovipostulation dilation. So this is what we study. In Goa, we can't actually. We have slightly permission issues. Over here, this happens in Odisha, where a guy was doing this. So this, via this we come to know. Okay, so species in Odisha and species in West and East Coast, they are the same olive red leaf. But over the years, they have become slightly different from each other, as in genetically. So the West Coast wala people won't come in East Coast. East Coast wala people won't come in West. The simultaneously different. So they are not going to come this side. So this is what we do to identify how much time it is ideally taking to nest. So in the Odisha side, it is actually taking slightly less amount of time to nest. Compared to here, it is taking around 45 minutes to nest in a beach. So if you will see this video, now, see, this is the female organ, here is the tail which you can see, which I was pointing out, it is very tiny. And if you can see, this is a watery substance which you can see. Now that watery substance is antifungal in nature. Any funguses or anything, nothing can happen to the eggs. So the mother will naturally leave that with the eggs. So it will make a clutch like this, it will, and plus I was telling you the opening will be very narrower, and from inside you can see it is very deep. It is round and it is deep. So that is how a mother will make a nest. And this antifungal agent is the important character which a mother will naturally leave for you. So once we are relocating the nest, so this time we need this also. So if at all you can't actually remove eggs and anything. So once you start removing an egg, there will be some sand which will be very watery. So that they come to understand, and they will take that also once you have to relocate it. So naturally, it is advised never to relocate a nest, because a mother will always choose a path where she wants to lay a nest. So hatchlings, the sex of the kids is determined by temperature. So if it is somewhere around 24-25 degrees, it will be males. If it is somewhere around 32, it will be females. Somewhere between 29s will be male and females together. So India may currently that is a rough estimation that we are only producing females. The temperature is so high, global warming is there. So ideally we are not, so down the lane if you see this, in 25 years, there will be only females in the water and no males to mate. Females will be just roaming here and there to find a mate. So competition will rise, as in who is going to mate with the female. If there are no males only, then what you get? So that is what it is we are expecting. So if you see a hatchling, or sex of a hatchling can never be determined. If you want to identify a sex of a hatchling, you will have to cut it open. You will have to cut it open, and then you are going to see the sex organs. So that we will have to remove. We will have to stage it on a microscope. Then we will identify if it is a male or a female. So I was there in Maharashtra. A theory, like the locals, as in they are working from years and years. So they started this theory. If you can see a tail over here, it's a male. If you don't, you cannot see a tail over here, it's a female. Which is actually a wrong thing, but we are trying to educate them in their own way. As in they are working for 25 years. I am not even 25 right now. So they are working from when I was even born. So teaching them, correcting them will be a very tedious task. As in we'll have to have a very good approach on teaching them stuff. As in if you go and teach certain people like stop these practices, they won't listen. So this is what happens in Maharashtra. Once the hatchlings come out, they are kept inside the water. Water may you never have to keep a hatchling. So hatchlings will always come out from a time between 8 o'clock to 4 in the morning, maximum 5 in the morning. So that is the natural time when a hatchling is going to come out. There will be zero light, zero predators. It is going to start walking on the water, and it will enter the water and it will go out. No one is going to come to know if there was a hatchling or anything. So, so this is what the hatchlings thing is going to happen over here. Plus in Maharashtra, if around 7 o'clock the hatchlings are coming, they used to catch the hatchlings and they used to keep it inside the water. They used to be like, we are going to leave them. We had given the ideal time, after 7 you don't have to leave the hatchlings. So they used to start keeping it inside the water. So waterway, what happens? Now I don't have a picture. So if you can see, once the hatchlings will come out, over here, right in front of its belly, the down version over here, it will have this big sac, a yellow sac. It will be totally outside its body. You can imagine a turtle, and it will have this big sac outside its belly. So that sac will be its food for the next 2-3 days. So once it is inside the nest, the sac will go inside its body. It will go inside its body. And if you can see, this is a perfect hatchling over here. If it is flat, slightly flatter, and if you remove it very early, the hatchlings will be this curved, as in it will be curved. Now this is slightly flat. It will be curved. So inside, the food will go inside. It will become flat once they are ready. And why they need this food? As in now, they are going to swim against the water. The waves are going to be very rough for them. So against the water, they are going to swim for 2 days and they are going to enter deeper waters. Once they enter deeper water, we don't have any information where they actually swim. No one has that information. We only get the bigger versions of turtles. Where the chota bacha goes, we never know. So it is a total mystery for us. We do tag. We tag bigger versions. The bigger turtles which come, we tag them. Tags are also very expensive. We have satellite tagging and plus we have flipper tagging. Flipper tagging over here in the west coast hasn't been done yet. In Odisha, flipper tags is always done. So from tags you come to know the exact, somewhat you can replicate the age of the turtle. So a female can go up till 60 of age if it is naturally not killed. Naturally not killed as in why? These are reptiles. Okay? They need to breathe. So once if it is in a dormant state, as in a hibernating state, they do hibernate. As in they'll be just inside the water, no movement, no nothing. So in that thing they can be up to 4 to 7 hours inside the water without being disturbed. They'll be just in this position sleeping. Okay, and once they are in movement, they need to constantly breathe. So they are again and again they are going to come out of the water, they are going to breathe, they are going to go inside. 1 hour that they can hold their breaths. Once if they are hibernating, even their heart rate will become very slow. As in for 9 minutes, 1 heartbeat is going to be that much. They can hold their breath and they can manipulate their body in that way. So once they are moving, the breathing will be increasing, the breaths will be increasing. So what happens once they come out to breathe? Boats come over them. So they are directly hit on the head. Once they are hit on the head, brain issues, brain hemorrhage type, it will be internal bleeding and it will die instantly. And after that, once they are washed on shore, we do open them. We do not. There is a team research. They open them. It is kind of a post-mortem where they understand what is the reason of death and how it died. So if you all know something called as ghost nets. Ghost net is a broken net which is just thrown inside the water. So they are always tangled in ghost nets. So once they are tangled in ghost nets, they cannot come out to breathe. So naturally struggling. Now if you imagine yourself entangled with a ghost net, you can't come out. Even if they can hold their breath up to 1 hour, they'll panic and they'll die within 10 minutes. So that is how they panic, and if they can't breathe, they'll die instantly. So that is the main reason. What is happening currently, somewhat we are expecting in East Coast, where recently we found a ghost net which killed 210 turtles in 1 day. So there were bodies of turtles on the entire beach, 210. If you can imagine 210, if you multiply it by 100, it will be some good amount of eggs which was going to be delivered on the beach, and everything is gone. So this is, I was telling you all about relocation. Relocation in Goa is important. Too much tourism. You can't stop tourism, you can't stop, that is a local money, you can't stop people's money. So what we ideally prefer is keeping the nest in that place. So mother has something in her mind where she ideally find a place for the sex determination of the species. So if she's choosing a spot, she might have some steps, as in if she's choosing any spot, will that be a cooler region, will that be a hotter region, if she wants to produce male or females. So over here, Goa, you have to relocate. You don't have any other option. Firstly, people come and eat the rice. People even eat turtles. That is, turtles are a delicacy. But in India, they come under Schedule 1 now. So even if you touch a turtle, even if you eat any eggs, you are 7 years in jail. So that is why Forest Department people are constantly on the move. When we sleep in the night, they are mostly active. So they constantly have to walk on the beach. Over here, margin कितना? 1-2 किलोमीटर. 2 किलोमीटर margin. Beach length. Around 3 kilometers. So imagine every 2 hours, 2 persons have to walk 3 kilometers from one end to the other end, from that end to this end. Every 2 hours. Now why 2 hours? Once the mother has laid the nest. So ideally, max 2 hours, maximum 3 hours, you have to relocate the nest. As in you have to pick up the eggs, go and relocate it in a very different section. After 2 hours, there will be embryonic development. So it will be a very thin line, very, very, very thin line. If you pick up the eggs that time, then the thin line will snap. So even if you're doing good work, it won't be any this. There are after 12 hours also you do get hatchlings. You have to be very careful. But after 12 hours, 6 hours, the hatchling rate will decrease. As in, if you are giving 150 eggs, from that you are going to get 60 or 70. If you would have done that within 2 hours, it would be somewhere around 120, 110. Naturally, there are some eggs which won't develop. So mother always plans extras. So she is going to leave some eggs which are naturally infertile. She doesn't need them. So if that is the case, naturally unfertile eggs won't have anything inside. So all these eggs together, firstly they'll make a warm place. As in too many eggs together, warm climatic warm condition, too many eggs, warm, something warmness will come inside the eggs. And once the hatchlings are ready, they are going to kick or stand on these unfertile eggs. They are going to use them as a thing to come out. So if you can notice how they come out, I'll tell you how they come out. So once if you see this is a nest, the nest will be 1 feet this long. It will be made naturally by the mother. The first hatchling will come out and peep. Only one hatchling is going to peep. So it will come, it will peep. Only its head will be out. It will be constantly moving. It will be looking for an ideal condition. Once it comes, just like popcorn, how popcorn pops, everyone will come from below. Entirely, everyone. One person goes up, everyone is going to follow. Fatabat, fatabat. An entire place, as in a hatchery, will be always inter-barricaded. Outside there will be barricadation. Inside also, per hatchling, there will be small squares inside which you are going to find these hatchlings. Over there also, it will be filled, totally filled with hatchlings. So to identify whether a hatchling is going to come out. So if this is the sand, so if it's a summer time, now if it lays now, so within 45 to 50 days the hatchlings are going to come out. If it lays somewhere around winter, it is going to take 60 days. So winter conditions with the hatchlings are going to come out slightly delayed time, but they are going to come out. Over here, the hatchling success is within 45 to 50 days. So if this is the sand, it will have a very gold type depression. The entire sand will go in a certain area. So that you can understand hatchlings have started hitting the inside region. They'll hit, and one person is going to come out and stand. And once he finds it ideal, he'll come up. After that, everyone will follow. So that is what happens over here. Even if you all have some questions, you all can do ask. There is nothing wrong over here. Because I was also in this stage where you all are, and I should always feel shy to ask questions. Whether if I sound dumb, there is nothing sounding dumb. Actually, always there is. You all are very into. You will have to ask questions. If you all don't ask questions, your questions will be there inside. This is what I have done personally. The fear of my friends making joke of me that I would have asked this question, like how dumb of a question this guy is asking. So instead of that, start asking. I can answer whatever, how much I can, I will help you all with that. Okay. So if you all went, how many of you all went to the hatchery? Okay. So if you all notice the place, right behind the hatchery there were plantations. Okay. Those plantations are toxic for the hatchery. So these plantations from the inside, they will come very close to the eggs. And with them, they are going to they are going to wrap the entire eggs, as in kill them indirectly. And with them are going to come ants. So ants, over here this doesn't happen. In Maharashtra, they had opened a pit. The ants were entirely inside the pit. The hatchlings were alive. One ka flipper is missing, totally eaten. Leg is eaten, pura ka pura eaten. Ants are that toxic over here. So that the plants which are there, they are very harmful. So they will come inside, they'll penetrate from the soil below, and they'll come and attack the entire egg nest. So over here, currently, Goa doesn't have that much space. If you all are constantly seeing, there is no ideal place for a hatchery in Goa. It is very difficult getting a actual place where you want to keep the hatcheries. If they shift it to some other places, there are going to be quarrels with the shack owners, like why it came in front of my shack or anything. This is always going to happen. So the place which they have right now is an ideal place. So with 2 years, actually you have to change your place. After 2 years. one hatchery will be only available for 2 years maximum. Because after 2 years, the organic content, as in you're keeping dead turtles, you're keeping dead hatchlings inside that, you're keeping eggs inside that, it will be the entire thing will destroy if you don't change after 2 years, 3 years. So in Maharashtra, this practice is there. If the hatchery is made on an end beach, it will be somewhere in middle. Again, it will go to a new location. So they'll be changing. So because of that, if you can see, just go to Morjam beach and start digging the soil. Once you start digging the soil, you'll find black soil. If you start digging, there will be black soil inside. So black soil is naturally deposited by the lakes, which is besides. Black soil is mostly not ideal for hatchery building, because black soil naturally has organic contents in it. So organic contents inside only will affect the hatchlings as a natural fungus, which is going to come over the hatchlings. So you all need very fine sand and very clean whitish sand if you want to keep hatchlings. So that is one more point. You all worked on plantations. What plantations are there close to Morjam? There is one tree which was somewhere the Britishers thought it would be an ideal thing to plant this tree.
Pine trees?
No, one more is there. They were like, this is going to stop, this is going to affect a lot good. There is something called as casuarina trees. Casuarina trees are the main problem for a hatchery. Same, the roots will penetrate inside and it is going to harm the hatchlings. So casuarina trees were actually not meant to be on the coastline. This is got by the Britishers, the previous Persians. Like they wanted this. So casuarina has some kind of good features also. It is not a bad tree. But occasionally it is not for us. Our climatic conditions, it is not an ideal tree to be over there. Mostly there are coconut trees. There are other trees, almond trees which are found over there. There are natural vegetation. Ipomia is there. A lot of plants are there which are naturally found over there. So casuarina is something we have introduced. And now if you will notice, the forest department has stopped putting casuarina trees all around the beach because it is naturally destroying the beach. So instead of that, we are using native trees, whatever we have available. Okay. If you all have some questions, something, if something is coming up, okay, the female will always come in the night. It is perfectly camouflaged if there is no light. As in, no one can even spot her. That perfectly camouflaged it will be. It will dig inside the soil. There will be sand right besides it. No one can even notice it. A main problem for them is now dogs. Entire Goa has a lot amount of dogs. Dogs, what they'll do, firstly they'll come and eat the hatchlings, as in the eggs. They like the egg, as in which smell we won't get. 3 times more the dogs are going to get. They are going to come, they are going to dig the entire sand, they are going to eat each and every egg. Then what they do is they bite the female. Right, the flippers they'll bite, as in the bite will be that strong. They'll try ripping off the entire turtle. So that is why these people are constantly on the move just to keep them out. And in the night where I be in up and down, there are about 12 dogs which come behind us at one time. Firstly, dogs are blind in the night. Dogs cannot see, most of the dogs. They are totally blind, they will always depend on their smell. And what is in the night, once you can't see, they will be always triggered. They are going to come in numbers and they are going to attack whoever is there. They are not going to leave anyone. So that is one major problem which is Goa is finding out. Like I am also a dog lover, I am also an animal lover, but I understand the differences between keeping a dog in my house, as in keeping it safe, and feeding outside dogs. Now these dogs are actually not sterile. So Goa is constantly having a lot amount of dogs which are entering the beach region. Beach region, as in people are giving them good amount of food, the shacks, the food whichever is left over. They're getting all these foods, they are multiplying in good numbers. So down the lane, dogs will be a very difficult task to handle in Goa Morjam beaches and entire beaches all over Goa. This is happening. So if you are attacked by 12 dogs, you can't save yourself. You will have one option which we do is run in the water. You can't do anything. So that is what always happens. Or we walk in pack of two. If two people are walking together, they won't attack. They'll come very close to you. But they'll go away once we start throwing something. As in we throw sticks on them. We throw our buckets also in fear. So that is how much fear we have in the night regarding because of that. Plus now the conditions in which we keep the beaches are always taken. So there are boats. Boats are there. These are the places where they actually want to nest. They will come very close to the boat. We have found one. It went slightly inside the boat to nest. It was that actually she wanted that spot to lay her egg, but there was a boat above. She was trying to go thoda sa edges somehow and go inside that. Yeah, I want that only place. That is my place where I want to nest. But she couldn't. So somehow she only managed. She was like, I can't push this thing now. I'll manage somewhere very close to the boat she gave her nest, and she went up. So if you are seeing a female turtle, don't think that they are very good. They won't do anything. These people have bite force. They can rip off your fingers also. They look very they can't do anything. They won't do anything outside the water. They can bite if you come very close to their mouth. Plus on their flippers they do have claws. The claws are pointy. They can give you nice big scratches on your hand if you don't know how to handle a turtle. And mostly you all are not, and anyone is not advised to handle a turtle. Neither the hatchlings. So if someone of you all have experienced hatchling release. Okay. So here in Goa it is slightly difficult getting that experience because of the time frames, the amount of people which is coming. If Madhur तुम्ही करतात असे जागे okay, so they also do. So for them also they'll also see कि इतने जण आयला too many people are there. They'll also think first कि whether we should live in so many people are. People will start putting their flashlights. So once it has to go inside the water, it will start coming outside the water. So light is very attractive to them. So if the hatchling is going in this way and you're putting light, it will rotate and it will start coming towards you. So what is that light? The light is actually the moon. The moon reflection which will come on the water. That is the reflection, and that is the very, very tiny amount of light which is there, available for them. They'll start following the light. And plus water, the waves hitting the soil, it has vibrations. So that vibration they'll start taking, and that's why it is mostly advised to leave them in very dark places. Because we have got in Agonda, the beaches do not have very tiny amount of light. Just behind that there is a very huge hole on the public hole. So that it has, you have seen cricket ka stadiums ka light, the hole, it is that bright. The entire section of the beach is bright because of that. So these people have to take their hatchlings, they have to go to another place where there is darkness. There they have to release them. So that is how stuffs work over here. Plus, there are, if you see on Goa Morjim beach, there are turtle-friendly lights. The shacks which are there. If you closely notice the lights are not that bright. Very dull light it is. So the lights are always covered in such a way that it doesn't hit the water. Mother will, if she sees thoda also light, she won't come. So mother is somewhere in the water, she'll be peeking out of the water and she'll be seeing what is going on. If there is too much movement on the water, like humans are walking, if there is campfire, she won't enter. She'll be inside the water only waiting. So that's why they'll come around a time where ideally there is no one on the beach and they'll start climbing up. They'll climb up, they'll sit over there, they'll nest and they'll start leaving. So that mother will also plan her day of the hatchling, as in perfectly when the moon will be in an orientation where the hatchling should also leave. Mother would, as in there are chances where in complete darkness the hatchlings are going to come, but still there will be some kind of reflection in the water by the stars, which are there very close to the water. There will always. So any doubts which you all have, anything which comes in your mind. Like what practices, anything. Like I had once I was there in Agonda, there was this kid who had asked, why don't we keep hatchlings in a pond? As in, we'll make a small pond and we'll keep them over there. We'll make them big and then we'll release them. So ideally you can't do that. As in once if you all start walking, you all won't be kept in the cradle again. So that is what happens with the hatchlings. So naturally we have to leave them, let them fight inside the water. The survival of the fittest, which is the fittest one, will always come back. So this is our estimation which we have. If we are leaving 1,000 hatchlings, 1,000 babies, only one is going to come back. Only one mother or one male is going to happen. From 1,000, others naturally will die. Fishes will eat them, ghost crabs will eat them. There are birds which will come and eat them. That is natural. In that we can't handle anything. In Agonda, we had this thing. We left the hatchlings. After that, there was a ghost crab. He came as a bahubali, as in with his 2 claws. There is a baby inside there. He's coming with that. In the right under his claws, there is a dead hatchling inside. They come, they put it inside the sand. They dig it. They keep it inside. That is a spoon. That is very natural thing which we can't stop. So once the climatic conditions are very bad, that is his food. So natural processes are also there, which so it does affect people. People will go and throw away, like they'll catch the ghost crab, they try killing the crab. It is what happens all over. What do you say? If you see, the cuter the animal is, the more love we have. If this would be a frog, we wouldn't have care also. Then let it be. Now if you're seeing a turtle, you'll always have that love. No, a turtle is dying. How we can allow that and all. So that is what happens all over. So this is why you have to sensitize people as nature has its own laws. It functions in a very different way how humans. Nature is also very rough and tough when it comes to hatchlings, as in animals. They'll kill each other, that is their food. They won't see, no, this is a very cute deer, I can't hunt him. It will only see, this is my 3-4 months ka khana. This is how I have to eat, and I'll feed my kids also with that. Plus, our institute also does tagging. So we had tagged, these tags are very expensive, which comes on the back. It will be on the back. So if a female is 60 kgs, the tag ka weight should be 400 grams. That look, as in even if the tag is there on the body, she won't even come to know that the tag is there on the body. So we had tagged the female in Maharashtra. Up till 200 days you are going to get the data as a natural satellite. It will come out to breathe. The tag behind the back will give satellite over this location, and constantly we are going to see where the turtle is. Up till 200 days, after that the battery goes. We don't have that good facilities, or the technology is not developed. So the turtle from Maharashtra went in Sri Lanka. She was there in Sri Lanka for a lot of days. So Sri Lanka, near Sri Lanka coast, there is a lot of good vegetation for them to eat. So all these turtles, they mostly be in some of these vegetation. They'll all chill together over there. They'll feed. They'll be happily over there. And once the mating season comes, they'll start moving to their respective places. So Odisha, my turtles will come to Odisha. Goa ka turtles will start moving towards Goa ka coastline, and like that they are going to start moving. So in Odisha, there is a term called as Arivada. Arivada. So in 3 days, there are going to be 1 lakh turtles which will come on the beach. So the beach will be filled with turtles coming and nesting. So that only happens in Arivada, that is between 14 degrees to 18 degrees. So that it will be coadjacent to Costa Rica. Over there also Arivada happens. So this year we are expecting Arivada, but it is quite delaying. It was somewhere around 1st March we expected, but till now Arivada hasn't happened. They do skip. As in they'll start skipping once somewhere in 2020 there was no Arivada this year. So there are high chances this year Arivada cannot happen or will happen. And plus a female will come thrice, more than 3 times to lay a nest. So whatever count you all are getting, like one female will come 100, again she'll come 100, again she'll come 120. Like that 3 to 4 times they are going to come out of the water to lay eggs. So this is how we understood with our satellite tagging. We always thought that there are all these new females who are coming out of the water to lay eggs, and this is actually the same female which is coming out of the water again and again. So reptiles can actually store sperms in their body. The female can store sperm in her body. So once she has mated, she will release that eggs. Again she has sperms inside her body only. She'll again take that and she'll start fertilizing it. Within 14 to 20 days, again the eggs will be fertilized. Again she is going to come out and lay eggs. This is what reptiles can do. They can store sperms. The sperms can also be of multiple males. 1, 2, 3. Multiple males also sperms they can store inside their body. It is their choice which sperms should fertilize the egg. Something more which I want to see. And sir, if you have any questions.
The role that turtles play in the whole ecosystem.
Yeah. Each and every turtle has a very different role. So if you are going for olive redleys are going to eat a variety of things. They are going to eat algae, they are going to eat tiny fishes. There is a turtle which I told in first, leatherback. Leatherback is 6 feet, 500 kgs. So it eats jellyfishes. So jellyfishes is mostly, if the jellyfishes ka number rise, the fishes ka numbers is going to go very low. So now which we are finding out is jellyfish ka number has risen too much. Over there, vice versa, if you can see, leatherback ka population has gone very, very low. They are struggling with leatherbacks as in to regain their population. It has come under critically endangered species. So you can even count how many amount of leatherbacks are there over there. It is that critical. So saving efforts are still going on for leatherbacks. So leatherbacks will eat jellyfishes. It will eat tremendous amount of jellyfishes. So once they start eating jellyfishes, the fishes ka population will rise up. Similar goes with hawksbill. Hawksbill has a bill it will. So that's why the name hawksbill. Hawksbill will come in intertidal zone and it is going to eat sponges. Sponges which you have seen. Sponges it is going to eat. It is going to eat sea animals. It is going to eat soft corals. So with that, them eating, they are going to maintain the entire zone. As in, no one is going to rise high, no one is going to be very low. A constant and everywhere, there are going to be equal amount of species. Similar goes with green sea turtle, which is found in Gujarat. Green sea turtle is going to eat algae. Everywhere, the seaweed which is found, it is going to start eating that. So with that, she is going to, both the species are going to keep this population shouldn't rise too much. They'll keep a perfect balance. The green sea, the one good thing is, once the kid is there, the kid will eat anything you give him. You give him small fishes, shrimps, anything, it will eat everything. Once it becomes an adult, it becomes a vegetarian. It stops eating everything. Like whatever you're giving, it will only eat seaweed, it will only eat seagrass. So that is only in green sea turtles. Others eat whatever you give them, they'll start eating everything. And only leatherback is a person who is going to eat only jellyfishes, nothing else. So leatherback being 6 feet, it actually doesn't have a shell even. So what you all can see, it has a shell. Leatherback actually, I have a photo. So leatherback doesn't have a shell. So because it doesn't have a shell, it can dive until 1,200 feet below the thing. If there is a shell on its body, it will be highly pressurized. The shell might even break. The deeper you go, the pressure increases. So it doesn't have a shell. That is the body, leathery body which it has. So that with that, it can go very deep and it can dive. Leatherbacks are mostly found in colder waters. Extremely cold waters, you are going to find leatherbacks swimming very calmly over there, enjoying themselves. I'll just send the leatherback. This is the leatherback. Now this guy is 6 feet, who is within our team. He also needs 2 people, as in if you can see the tape which he is using. Actually there was this guy one side of it, there was a guy other side who were measuring this total. If you can see how big this is, compared to that the olive at least 2 feet. This is a 6 feet guy. So this is, if you can see, this is actually not a skeleton, it is always its body. The body will compress once it starts going inside the water. So this is leatherback, which is mostly found in Andamans. If it would be somewhere in Goa, people would have come to see a leatherback. And plus you cannot eat a leatherback, it is toxic. It eats jellyfishes. So if you eat them, or directly, if there is no treatment for you. If any questions which you have, ask. So you can sit.
No, it's fine.
Please sit.
No, I'm. So when the mother turtle, when they lay eggs, they lay eggs up to 150, yeah, 120 to 150.
Yeah.
Do all the baby turtles come out from the egg?
No. So that is what I just mentioned. Everything is not going to come. There are some unfertilized eggs which is going to be there naturally by birth.
Okay, so when the turtles go into the sea,
Yeah.
do they all survive?
So that is what I told. From 1,000 hatchlings, only one is going to come back. 999 will be dead.
And one more question is there. When a turtle, when they die naturally, when they become big, do they come to the same beach where they are born?
As in if they die.
If they die naturally,
Yeah.
so do they come to the same beach?
Once they are dead, the water is going to throw them anywhere. So even if you are dead in the water, if you die somewhere around Agonda, you're going to be found somewhere around Kajima. So the water is going to always take you from one place to another place. So once you're alive, the females will have they can swim around in the water. So once there is new moon day, very good question which you raised. On new moon day, the water is very rough and there is extreme high tide. Extreme. So why extreme high tide? The female is going to naturally swim on the water. She doesn't have to walk on the water. If this is a beach, till here the water is going to come. She has to just swim till here and from here she start walking. So on new moon day, which is now, in some days, if you all are lucky enough, you all can see a turtle coming out of the water. It is going to be, this is something which I am telling, this is going to be a last ride. Last ride as in this is going to be a last time when they are going to come out. Something which I am expecting, or the next month starting thoda days. After that is going to stop. Everyone has nested, most probably. Something. So the dead thing, water is going to be rough, it is going to throw them anywhere. So you cannot predict. So over here in a turtle which is found in Gujarat, green sea turtle, we found it in Patnam, close to Agonda beach, that is, in south. So from Gujarat, it was somewhere roaming. It wasn't that water threw it over here, it was roaming over here somewhere and it was killed. Because of that, it was thrown out of the water. Thank you.
This body is made up of what? Like this hard shell?
This will be a leathery type thing it will be. It is a skin only. This is a skin. This is a skin. So in olive red leaves, it is going to be a shell, calcareous shell. This is a skin.
So I have one question. You said like the female come out to breathe after 1 hour. So do the male also come or the males are being deep inside the water?
Males never come out of the water.
So how do they breathe?
Same. They'll come out and start breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. So if this is the water, they're going to come out of the water. They're going to put their nose up. They have lungs like us only. They're going to take out take this and they're going to go again inside the water. So 1 hour, I'm telling you, if it is swimming now, it will be 15 minutes. So 1 hour, I told you about something hibernating. In that, if it is constantly in one position, as in it is sleeping, so it doesn't need to come out of the water again and again. Once it is on the movement, as in she wants to eat, she's hungry, then she's going to come out again and again. She's going to breathe, again, I will go inside, I'll find food. Again she's going to come out, again she's going to come out. Like that, she's going to move.
So now I want to ask why the males are not coming on the beaches. It is because of the climatic condition.
Males cannot lay eggs.
No, but I meant to say like they are.
No. Males also do come out now. There are some things. Males in some regions, males will come out and they'll bask. Bask is something, they'll just lay on the beach and sun will be on their body. So they are taking how foreigners come over here for bathing, that they'll come over. They'll be just sleeping in one position and sun will always come on them. Mostly males never come. Most probably they are inside the water. It is their characteristic, they are not doing.
Yesterday, we had gone for Mochi Beach for at the nesting site. So I could see around the nesting site there were creeper plant, and which had a pink color flower.
That is Ipomea.
So is it a way suitable for them? Or?
Yeah, no. Ipomea actually comes from there. But Ipomea, you cannot even remove Ipomea. So if Ipomea is there on the sand, it holds the sand in place. So Ipomea is also very important. You cannot go and remove Ipomea. आयपोमिया काढून दिना न्ही तुमी ताजे वयली तुमी केस करून जातात न्ही तुमचे हां सो इवन इफ यू आर रिमूव आयपोमिया ऑन दॅट ऑल्सो यू ऑल कॅन बी यू ऑल कॅन हॅव केस ओवर सो आयपोमिया विल नॅचरली होल्ड अ sand in one place. So if you go, this is if you are standing right in front of the hatchery, water is front of you. Left side you are going to see all hypomia. Notice that. And if you are going to see on the right side, there will be shacks, but there are no hypomias. If you can see, the sand will be very peachy somewhere, and there will be very less sand. Over here, the sand will be there is high amount of sand above, and here there is very low amount of sand. So hypomia holds the sand in one place. So it is ideal for the beach also.
So it doesn't penetrate from inside. So it doesn't harm the eggs which are there.
It harms. So naturally,
So
naturally, it will be always a risky situation. As in to save one, you can't destroy the other.
Because there was nesting side and other plant was there.
Yeah.
So actually it is a harmful side for them.
But you don't have any other side. What you do? You cannot even keep it close to the water. But if you can closely notice, they'll dig up the soil, uske आजू-बाजू, they'll kill everything, they'll remove how much ever hypomia they can. This is the first ideal step which they do. Then is the barricading system. Then is netting from inside. So that is what is going to happen. But hypomia eventually it is going to penetrate anyhow. Naturally you can't do anything regarding.
सर तुम्ही म्हटले ते रेवीर जाता न्ही ते
कितें?
कासव आसता पळय
हां.
ते रेवीर जाता
Wait.
नेस्टिंग रेवीर करता पूण गांवान गावता ते
The turtle. Tortoise आणि turtle दोन्ही different आहेत. Tortoise land असतात आणि turtle हांगा मेळटा उदका भितर. ते different असतात.
I have a question. You have just mentioned that and female turtle just stores the sperm inside her body and comes 2 to 3 times on the beach to lay her eggs. So she comes in the same season or
Same season.
same season to
The only आता त्यांचे season चालू. So somewhere in Feb it peaked. Now also it is peak season. As in you're getting 12, 15 on one beach. They are coming simultaneously, everyone together. So wherever you want to run, that is one difficult task which is happening with the department.
and how many times they can lay eggs throughout their life?
Throughout the life, some species even skip one year. It is one thing this year I wanted to say, next year she's not going to come. It is also that is also found out. So all turtles are not going to come out every year. Some are going to come out 1 year, some are going to come out after 2 years. Some will come continuously. It is on them.
And they come on the same place.
Same place. So same place as in if you're seeing Morjim Beach, if it nested somewhere over here, same place won't be over here only.
But on the same location.
Same location somewhere close to 200, 500 meters, or you can go even up to 2 kilometers. Somewhere around there only she's going to find. We also don't have perfect GPS over here where we exactly go on the perfect spot. We also go thoda piche, thoda aage. It is same with them.
Thank you. So what is the size of their eggs?
Small, similar.
सर तुम्ही म्हटलं की वॉटर लाईक सबस्टन्स होता म्हणून एक्सांचे
होय.
फंगाय जावंक जायना बट ते ब्लॅक सॉयल तुम्ही म्हणटा ते फंगाय करतात
होय.
एट दॅट टायम तो वॉटर लाईक सबस्टन्स तो हेल्प करता
हेल्प करता बट कंडिशन्स अशी की अगर नॅचरली ब्लॅक सँड आहे तुका कितेंय करूंक जाय तर हे अँटी फंगल एजंट्स हेल्प करतली तुका आनी बट अशेय चान्सेस आसतात करता अँटी फंगल एजंट्स उणे जातात आणि सॉइलच इतले रफ आसता मतलब ऑर्गेनिक कटे इतले वस्तू असतात की नॅचरली ते पुराचे पुरा गेले एग्स सो अगोंडान वी हॅड अ क्लच अबाउट 150 the entire clutch passed nothing zero so there was rain which they are expecting so rain made the above sound very hard so there was no once I opened the entire pit the above sound was very hard so there was no oxygen transfer which was constantly happening from below to up so below if you see nest ke niche there will always be water deep inside water not perfectly below so the water once you start digging you'll find feeling that below the soil is very moist watery slightly not that watery but moist so that is how it is always choose its position it will never lay very close to the water there are some like we say it is inexperienced turtle like we have got instances it has given in front of the water line She just wanted to give. She gave, and she went out. She was like, I don't care if it survives or anything. It does happen. It does happen. Naturally, it does happen.
So do they survive?
Yeah, there are chances. So water shouldn't touch somewhere around very, very close to the hatching days. As in, if it is 40 to 45 days, somewhere around 35 days, water shouldn't be over there. So what happens if the water is over there? They'll naturally die inside the water. And if the hatchlings are going to come out, and if you're going to flood the entire thing, hatchlings will die inside it. Firstly, water is there and they can't come out. Any other?
Do all the 7 species of turtle lay same amount of eggs?
No, different. Some species won't go up to 200, up to 150. Some species will be somewhere around 80, 90.
Do the size of egg also differ?
Differs. Slightly it will differ, not that much. Like if it is a big turtle, it is not going to give a very big egg. It will always the eggs will be some similar size. This one, I don't have the data because I actually wanted to go over here somewhere, but here somewhere they have said me, because seeing this one is a dream come true. As in, first only it is very low, and even near future you are expecting even not to see them. You will always see them in pictures. This is a leatherback.
So is there any specific reason to decrease the numbers of leatherback?
Leatherback naturally is us. Predators, we are the main predators, we are constantly killing them. So if you are noticing, Adani is making a port somewhere in Andamans. So that is an ideal nesting place actually for a leatherback.
So I have a question. You said that all the letters you do tagging.
Yeah.
So is it a camera? Because you said the data is transferred to in the satellite. So is it a type of camera or anything like a paper made up of paper?
No, not paper. It will just be a satellite thing, which will only, as in not a camera only. If you use your phone, the satellite thing is going to come on your phone. So it will be nothing like a camera. As in you want to see how the turtles swimming inside, something like that.
So means on the turtle, what is that? Tagging.
It is a tag. It is a satellite tag which is there. It's an electronic device. Yeah, so once the device comes out of the water, it is going to give signal to the satellite on off.
So can you show how that?
No, I also don't have that picture. So in Lakshadweep, Lakshadweep is where we are tagging this year. So per tag का cost is something around 10 lakhs. इतना छोटा सा tag it is German made. Very expensive.
टर्टल आपली येतात याचेर मागीर ते सोडटा न्हू वयता
वय.
सो मागीर ऑफिसर्स बीन आसता ते डिटेक्ट करता आसतले
वय.
सो आमी थंयसर तांकां बार्स घातले
वय.
हे घातले प्रोटेक्शन मागीर कुत्रे बीन पेटे बीन येवन खावंक शकना तांकां
तुका करूंक पडटलें तर तुका ड्युअल नेटिंग करूंक पडटलें. अकाउंटान ड्युअल नेटिंग करतात. भितर तर एक बारीक नेट घालतात, मस्किटो नेट कशें. तातूंत क्रॅब्सां घेवंक जायना आनी भायर तर इतले व्हडली आसतली ताकाय ती अशें रॅप करतात की वयर तर पॉयंटी एंड आसतले. तुका खोदूंक चालू केलें न्हय तर एक पॉयंटी एंड ताच्या हातान घेतात, चुकतात, ती पळयतात ते धांवून घेतात, ती येना ताच्या मुखार. समथींग इफ इट इज देयर. एनी कितेंय क्वेश्चन सर अशें
सो हांवें तुमकां हेच्या पयलीं विचारलें की ते नॅचरली तेन्ना मरता तेन्ना ते तेंचे ज्या जाग्यार तेमी बोर्न जाल्लेले आसता तो म्हणजे ते परत रावता. कित्याक हांवें हें कित्याक विचारलें की हांवें म्हाज्या लायफान 2 वेळा पळयल्यात व्हडले टर्टल्स तेन्ना ते थंय येताले ते रातचे 10:30 अशें आनी ते क्रावल करून येयले आनी ते मदीं आले आनी ते दुसरे दीस सकाळीं हांव पळोवपाक गेले ते थंय मरून गेल्ले.
कितेंय रिजन आसतलें तशें. आतां अगर तूं तशें चिंतूंक गेलो न्ही तशें जायना. तर कल्ला ती नेट खातात, प्लास्टीक पॉटान आसतात. तर ते प्लास्टीक पॉटान आसताले न्ही ते टू मच स्टाफ करतात, कितेंय खायना. तर ते तांचे रिजन आसतात डेड पासूनचे. तर ते पोस्टमॉर्टम करूंक अशें कितेंय जायना की ती भायर आयन मेली अशें कितेंय ना. कल्ला अगर ते भायर येता आनी ताका कितें हेडार इंजरी आयली तो समवॉट कॉन्शियस आसतले ते ट्राय करतले भायर येवचे उदकान नेस्ट करपाचें ट्राय करतले बट तेय मेळ्ळे. ते एक रिजन आसता.
सो नॅचरली ते उपकारतात
कितें नॅचरली उदकानच उदकान मरूनचे बाद इतले फुगून येतात, डबल द सायज फुगून येतात. किती आहे असं?
Their role now.
हां.
They are in this coastal state.
Yeah.
And they are also part of this tourism industry. So what role they can play?
Education has a lot of power. So now if you are in tourism industry, you also directly target the shacks. So if you are there, as in see something which is very good in India, you should glorify people as in such a way you are making your path as in a very good way. As in if you go to a shack and you start telling me, see this is a total nesting beach, light shouldn't be that much. Okay, you should close your shack somewhere around 11 km. Start giving them awards as in this is a very turtle friendly shack. So indirectly, and if you are promoting as in this is a turtle friendly shack, foreigners are mostly in love with people who obey the law. This is what personally I am noticing. So wherever your most tourism among foreigners का मिलता, आणि हरियाणा, दिल्ली आणि कहीं समझे लोग येतात. ते हम Indians care करतात, की देखा सरदा. So mostly they do. So if you are sensitizing the shack owners, so indirectly you are giving them awards. So these awards will be somewhere in front of the shacks. As in this is a turtle friendly shack. We are saving also, we are doing business plus we are saving turtles also. We are not harming the environment also. It can be beneficial for us and it can be beneficial for them also. So they are also, actually they are following the laws of the Indian government and plus they are doing their business. Plus sound is also an important thing. If too much sound is there on the beach, the turtles also can hear. They can hear. Some until a certain frequency they can hear. They get disturbed, they won't hear.
Where do they meet? Underwater or
Deep inside water. Somewhere, if the beach is somewhere 500-600 kilometers deep inside the water. So I have a Instagram video also. When 3 males are going for 1 female, as in a tussle, they all want to mate with the same female. So what are the males doing? They are catching the other 2 males are catching the 3rd male and they are drowning him inside. He should leave the female. And the female is poor, she is also thinking where I should mate. So they are naturally pulling him down and once he leaves, other male will come and mate over him. This is also what happens inside the water. So this can be near future mein ulta. 3 females and 1 guy. As in everyone is coming behind him only. Anything else?
So out of 7, any one species is legal catching.
इसके ना firstly polyphony का population has risen. Good amount has risen also. Green sea also has good amount. But if you let 1 people catch, lakhs of people are going to come and catch that. So again the population is going to go down. So that's why it is under critically endangered. Every species is under critically endangered. So you cannot harm them. धरून घाल
स्पर्म कलेक्ट करून मागीर तिंका मागीर हे करून जायना
कितें आर्टिफिशियली जायना आम इतले टेक्नॉलॉजी एडवान्स जावना आनी टर्टलान कित्याक ताजेर एक डिफरंट आसताली ओक तूं आतां आमी कशे आंदोलन करतात नॅचरली फर्टिलायज करतात एक लॅबान तांच्यान नॅचरली फर्टिलायज करूंक म्हाका जायना आमचे कडेन इतले हे आसा तांचे हे नियर फ्युचरान पॉसिबल या अगर तुमकां ते वायट रायनो एक्सटिंक्ट जाल्या ताजे स्पर्म्स हाचे दवरला की नियर फ्युचरान आमी ताका फर्टिलायज करून ट्राय करतले की ते स्पिशीजाक परतून एक्सटिंक्शनच्यान भायर काडूंचे अशें जातालें न्ही म्हाका टर्टलान म्हाका लागना इतलें जालें बट तो स्लायटली डिफिकल्ट आहा कित्याक ते एक तर तुका भायर काडूंक पडटलें नॅचरली ताका पेनिट्रेट घालूंक पडटलें दुसरें रिस्की आनी ताचे मागीर कोणी ते करूं नाका अशें करूंक गेलो तो पयलेचे कितले एक 100-200 टर्टल्सूय आमीच मरतलीं तांकां मारून सोडटलीं ट्राय करून फर्टिलायज करून.
So as we have heard, hardest is the strongest. So how the leatherback can survive without the shell under the 1,500 meter deep?
So shell is not there on its back, it is its skin. So once you go inside the water, if there is a shell, you have noticed the submarines.
Yes.
It starts going inside, it will have the pressure will be there of the water.
Yeah.
In this, it doesn't have. So the skin will naturally flate to help it to survive inside the water.
And what are their praise for any wild means it's
Predators.
Predators.
Shark.
Which kind? There are a lot of.
There are white sharks, great white sharks. So olive ridley is also loggerhead or somewhere olive ridley. We had seen the entire back was removed. The bite was so hard, the entire thing was removed. So it could be seen that it's a very big bite now. So
And
sharks have.
And they are vulnerable for this humpback whales also.
No, whales are very good. So what image we have that sharks are deadly? Sharks are not deadly. Sharks are actually good. And what image we have about dolphins? That dolphins are very good. Dolphins are actually deadly. Dolphins will bite. Sharks itna nahi is. Dolphins are very moody. Sharks are always calm, good enough. Everyone is going to tell you always this thing, that dolphins are deadly, not sharks.
And what about the sea lions?
No, nothing. It is not that. Anything. किती या?
एक्वेरियमान बी दवरतात टर्टल
दवरूंक जाय. कित्याक रे? फर्स्टली तुका आयडियल कंडिशन्स क्रिएट करूंक पडटले. तुका वेव्स एज इन ती उदका भितर आसतली. तो तुका एवरी 1 hours तुका उदक चेंज करूंक पडटलें, सॉल्ट वॉटर. प्लस तुका सनलायट जाय. आमकां सनलायटय जाय. एवरी स्पीशीज नीड सनलायट फॉर द डेवलपमेंट. तूं सनलायट कशें हाडटलें? तुका एक्वेरियम उक्ते दवरूंक पडटलें. उक्ते दवरले ते बर्ड्स येतले, ते ताका मारतले. ते अशें दवरूंक जायना. ताकाच उदका भितरूच सोडटा. नॅचरली ती डेवलप जातली. तांकांच कळटलें काही तांचे आयडियल ग्रावंड आहा. आतां most of the turtles are solitary. Solitary meaning they will be alone roaming somewhere. They don't come in packs. They love to be alone. They don't mind to be alone. When they are feeding, when the feeding area, they will be all together. Mating time, they will all be together. After that, they roam in their own place. ना आता मेजरमेंट करतात. मेजरमेंटाक इनडायरेक्टली आमकां एज कळटा. इनडायरेक्टली अगर आमकां एज कळोंक का तर परतून डेड टर्टल येताले. बोन्स आसा न्ही, बोन्स आसा स्ट्रक्चर तो आमकां कळटा. ट्री आमकां बी आमी कट करूंकचे मागीर ते काउंट करतात न्ही 1 2 3 द इनर लायनींग वीच दे काउंट. विथ दॅट दे कम टू नो द एज ऑफ द ट्री. सिमिलर इज दॅट विथ द बोन्स ऑफ skeletology, something it is called that, some term is there. With that you understand the age of the thing. In this we will have an approximate age, not a perfect age.
So what's the max age they can survive?
60
Or they have survived?
60 70
all species
mostly. And naturally they die after. They land tortoises, the tortoises which is found on land, they'll go 200 120, these won't. Naturally they will be killed. So if you are seeing a tortoise, it doesn't have that much movement. कितेंय करना, आरामान एकच जाग्यार आसता. आरामान हांगातून थंय वतालो, कितेंय खातालो. आरामान ताका काही टेंशन, कंटिन्युअसली स्विमिंग करून. So with that also your age is also going to decrease. And naturally they are going to be killed. Boats लागताच the rate the fan which is there inside behind the boat, that kills them instantly. One fatka over here, the entire thing comes out.
can environment be created for that?
No. Even if you create an environment, how much amount of water you need? How many kilometers of water you are going to safeguard? And are they going to? They don't have that thing that we are saving it for them. How will they understand that this is a place for them? So kilometers and kilometers of water, how you are going to manage them? As you will have to keep ships, you will have to keep the Indian Navy, you will have to keep people around over that there is no fishing over. That is there in somewhere in Gujarat. It's a MNP, Marine Protected Area. So it is something around 40, 50, a lot of area. It is marine protected. So no fishing, nothing happens over there. So that is one thing we should get. So naturally the nature will play its own role. तू काही कितें वॉलंटियरींग करूंक जाता, म्हाका खबर अगर हांगा वॉलंटियरींग ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज आहा विचारूंक पडटलें. लायक युअर सोर्स ऑर समथींग यू वील हेल्प हर टू गेट नॉलेज इन द शिप्स. एज इन वॉलंटियरींग शिप्स आर ऑलवेज, if you are from a commerce background, so it comes very good in your CV. outside of your field you're trying something else to learn some different stuff. As in you're not totally into commerce, but trying. So if you go abroad somewhere and if you show that you have worked somewhere around species conservation, it puts a very good image of it in your CV. That is what we have noticed.
Is there any scope for humanities and for the science student?
स्कोप ॲज इन तुमकां रिसर्च करूंक जाय रिसर्च करूंक जाता बट तुमकां रिसर्च पेपर बरोवंक जाय ते आमकां मेळटले सायन्स आनी ते बॅकग्रावंडान मेळटले कित्याक ते फूल डिटेलान मेळटले तुमकां अगर करूंक आहा तर तुमकां ह्युमन कॉन्जर्वेशन कशें आसता की हाव पीपल आर हेल्पिंग एंटायरली ऑन द बीच तशें वयर ते ह्युमॅनिटी सेक्शनान येता हाव पीपल आर कमिंग टुगेदर टू कन्जर्व सो इनडायरेक्टली यू आर गोइंग टू जनरेट मनी फॉर द पीपल. So if people are getting good amount of money, they are going to indirectly go and save turtles. So this is what happens in Maharashtra. Maharashtra, the entire coast, they get very good amount of money per egg, the clutch which they give. That good amount of money that even I was thinking to leave my job and go and work over there. Only for 4 months, you will get so good amount of money that your 1 year is sustained with that. So that is also a good thing. Like money, they'll be constantly on the run, they'll keep everything safe together. Money, generating money will be a NGO, like you'll have to create an NGO, you'll have to educate people, that is subsequent. Anything? तुमच्याकडे आज पुस्तक आहे मग फुल फ्री आवर्स कितीही सरून जातं डमिस्ट टू डमिस्ट क्वेश्चनही चलता मग
So how we can volunteer?
फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंटाने सांगूंक पडटा ते म्हाका जायना ते परमिशन म्हजे कडेन तो इफ यू नोटीस देर इज रीफ वॉच इन कर्नाटका सो दिस इज एन NGO which funds people as in if you are going for internships or you will be funded you will have to walk on the beach entire day that is very hectic and that is not a small task you have to walk constantly on the beach from this end to that end and you will have to help the forest department as in everywhere the forest department can't be there. So local people will be there, like volunteers will be there. They'll be training you how to identify a track of a turtle. This video will have a track. I don't think so.
Yesterday they have seen.
So a track of the So they'll teach you how to track nest ka this. With that tracking, you will come to very close to where she has nested. After that, they won't allow you to do anything. You can't remove the eggs, you can't touch the turtles. But they'll always need help of people. As in it puts the department, as in department will always work with people. At the end of the day, they need people's support. As in if locals are well vigilant about what goods they have over here. As in this is a very commercial thing which they can gain good amount of money. Plus they can conserve. So why not? Locals will be always there for your help. So there won't be any tussle between the locals and the government. So this is what happened in Andaman and Nicobar. So the Adani thing, how he got permissions for the leather bag thing. Then the locals never cared about those leather bags. They never knew what amount of money they can generate because of this. So they didn't oppose on it. No one opposed it, they started making the port over there. If locals would be there, they would know what treasure they have. This is a lifetime treasure which they have. This is not going to stop. Again and again the turtles are going to come out. They are going to lay eggs. That is. So because of that, the locals were not aware of all this. So that is where they got harmed. Anything. There are NGOs also which you can volunteer. Mostly NGOs are students are. उनका posters create करो, awareness create करो.
We are running for
Which sir? Okay.
also we participate in maintenance of
Maintenance. So that's also
every week.
okay.
We will monsoon, post monsoon,
Yeah.
before the nesting season begins. So we always
So what is I am noticing the beaches are slightly cleaner.
yeah.
I come from Mumbai. So you can't even identify it's a beach or anything. It looks like a dumping ground. That much everything is there on the beach. So you all even working, it will be a very good initiative. Cleaning people be like it is not a good thing that people are doing. But behind our minds we know what cleanliness can
Most
do.
of them have participated.
Yeah. That would be great. You all can even start volunteering shifts. Like kids coming volunteering, they are helping the department. They'll also get knowledge. Knowledge is always welcomed in any form. No knowledge is going to go to bores us. Any interesting?
Can we have an education center really doing a centralized class? And this institution runs almost about 5 sister institutions. So we have a student study right from nursery to college section of roughly about 3,000. And then every year new students are added. Can we have an infrastructure here itself, the finance we can manage, where we can make this Vidya Prabhuji as an art for one center for local conservation?
Surely, there will be a lot of volunteers who will come free of cost to come and educate. A lot of people.
The advantage that we have is we are running an education. So we are having almost 400 on teachers students who will be future teachers. And every year they go on internships in other schools across the state. So this being the first college to introduce that course, and we so our students go for internship for almost 1.5 years. In all these schools across the world, even the coastally affected schools, our students are going for 1 month. If we can make this as a knowledge hub, we can take this knowledge to those local schools.
Sure, it can.
And if through those schools, if the teachers, faculties, the students, the message will go into every household in this country.
It will be a very generative.
And if kids are in favor, the parents have to go.
Yeah, surely.
We need that scientific.
Scientific background. There, I can help you with turtles. There are a lot of other also. So WI works the cheetah project. Everything with WI. So the elephants, snakes, anything you can do WI. Yeah, so there will be experts which will be willing to come.
The knowledge, data, repository, and then the trainings.
Yeah, surely it can. It will always be correlating collaboration with the forest department.
Yes,
Yeah.
we are not going to bypass the.
Yeah, no. As in, people coming and giving you knowledge, and they will help you all with the stuff,
Fields.
practical knowledge.
Fields.
So this is what I personally have. We read research papers. Research papers is very boring to read. You get good amount of knowledge, but once you get start in the field, you see a turtle moving. What amount of knowledge you get over there, that is that personal experience which goes directly inside your head.
We are looking at new education policy, and new education policy talks about the field realities.
Surely, sir, it would be a great initiative. As in, and this is from my own family. My own family never knew that there is something called wildlife conservation, the course which I have done, wildlife conservation and management. My first question which my mother had asked, why are you going to save dogs and cows? They never knew that conservation is also a part. In Mumbai also, if there is, you can't even expect. People don't know also that conservation is also a course. I have done my master's in wildlife conservation. They never knew that there is such a course in India.
We don't have science here, but definitely
You don't need for conservation.
What I'm saying is we can work on the sustainable entrepreneurship program.
Yeah, surely.
How can we, the coastal tourism can go hand in hand with coastal conservation, and how both can complement one another.
It would be a great initiative as in it would have a perfect balance as in you all managing the tourism and we managing the research thing. And even any one of you all can come into wildlife. Doesn't have any criteria. We had people who are from HM background. They did wildlife conservation and management.
Is there any colleges in Goa?
Goa में don't know. Mumbai में there are 2 colleges, only 2. Goa में also there might be for wildlife conservation.
So formal college as such, but we have access to online.
Online, oh, okay.
agri college we have, but that doesn't have anything to do with conservation. That's agricultural product. But what we are looking at here training is a hybrid form, whether these people are going to be future entrepreneurs. And some of them are definitely going to run a shed or a taxi operating business. Definitely, because it is naturally
Good
human,
point.
right? But if they go with that conscious mind into that business,
Yeah.
then we have entrepreneurs who is respecting the
See,
diversity
diversity and plus
and
getting.
also generating money.
Yeah. So even he'll be following good practices, whatever is needed.
We have almost had 2 hours of discussion, and yet we are still, hungry for more.
Yeah, you can go. I have ample amount of energy for doing.
Anything from your side?
So, Xavier. Sir, नाही Xavier.
सर ते इथून आम्ही लेखान तिंका हे करूंक शकता लेखान
लेखान ही सॉल्ट वॉटर आहे सी आहे रिव्हरचे कंडिशन्स व्हेरी डिफरंट हां तू एक पॉईंट रेस केला आहे तर टोटल नेस्टिंग इफ यू नोटिस margin the darker portion, like if I'm standing on the hatchery and ocean is in front of me, over here there are shacks, over here there are the entire clean area. So there is a river which is flowing very close to the water, river and ocean meeting. So over there only there is going to be high amount of nesting. So turtles always need a place where the water is not that salty, not a very in between wala water is going to be over there where they are going to come and nest. So that is one good thing. So you can't keep it in lake and Gurung tank. The different species are. They can't survive in that water. As in you are telling as in a shark to be kept inside a lake which is naturally found inside deeper ocean. Aishwarya.
Sir, is there any turtle species is found in the fresh water?
Those are terrapins. There is tortoise, there is turtles, there are terrapins. Terrapins are found in water. Different species.
Are
Turtles.
they are identical or
No, not even
completely
different. They are be very small. They can even retract their necks back. These turtles can't.
but they will be having fins like turtle?
They'll have walking. They'll walk on the water. Some might even have fins. It will be always a mixture of.
Which are found in wells, which type of turtle?
Those are different. Those are terrapins. तुमचे रिलेटेड किती आसा टुरिझम रिलेटेड आसा तुमकां कितें कळपाक ते विचारून घेता.
So after BCom you can join for this wildlife communication.
Mumbai has
This we have to do. We have to start with other bachelor's degree or direct master.
any bachelor's degree is free.
Okay.
But after that post LA difficult आसता कित्याक आमचे खूब तुजें सायन्स बॅकग्रावंड आमी सायन्सामध्ये एनिमल्सचे रिलेटेड स्टडी करता तो आमकां फर्स्ट जो सेमिस्टर जालें ते स्लायटली डिफिकल्ट ताजे मागीर एकदम इजी आसता. So we even had that thing we never used to come to college. We only used to come for practical exams and exams, the main exams. It was that free for us. You cannot enter the college. If you are working, as in they mostly focused on me getting experience from everywhere. Because this is one thing which was told, everyone is going to come out with master's degree, everyone is going to come out with bachelor's degree. It is that experience or particular sense of what things you have is going to make you unique from others. So that is why the more amount of experience, the more amount you are going to be easily selected in any.
So now I'm in a education degree and I'm dealing with the students. So most of the time it happens like we take the students on the beaches and just they make over their fun. But we don't give them much knowledge. So I have a question, like I want to know if I take like where I can find the knowledge which you have given us. These type of knowledge where I can find that I will provide them with the same knowledge during my classes or when I take them for the excursion. Because on the Google, there is a lot of information. Sometimes it is not correct, it is not accurate. So such knowledge where I can mix the information which you have given us where exact information I can find, so that I can give the same thing to my students when I take them for the excursion maybe on the beaches. Because in Goa, the Goa is entire coastline and there are a lot of beaches, and most of the time the excursion take place on the beaches and the waterfall. So where I can find this knowledge?
One thing which I can tell you is people, if you go in my depth, you will take a lot of time to do so. So meeting other people who are knowledgeable in this topic, you can take their knowledge. Or there is something called as the research paper. So if you are writing Olive Readly feeding, and in front of that you have to put research paper. So research paper will be scientific papers. So that scientific papers will be totally different once you start reading them. It will start mentioning where it was found, what species, what data, how it was done. So it will be slightly puzzling for you at the start. But once you get a hold of it, you will understand what they are meaning. So if you go as a, even if chota species, Olive Readly, you're going to put eggs, you're going to find 10 papers. Olive Readly feeding, 10 papers. Everyone has their own perspective, and with that, if 10 people are going with one thing, that is going to be an ideal thing. Like this was the research what was done. So Aisha, you have to read a lot there. Per species to species you have to go to read.
I don't have any problem reading related to science because I come from science background only.
What you have done?
I have done my 11th science.
Oh, okay. Chale. That is also fair.
And now my current subject is geography.
Okay, fair. You can always relate your geographical areas with nesting grounds. Okay. So one thing informative. In Gujarat, the turtles which come out, the green sea turtles, they are dragged again. They are taken in by lions. Lions, yeah. Lions. They come in and they take the entire turtle out. So there are lions which are very close to the coastal waters. So the people walking on the beaches in the night, they mostly don't preferably do. Even if they are going, they go with axe in their over here, and they go in packs. That is not even 2 people. They go in 5, 8 people walking together. Everyone is scared because lion is one person who won't care about who you are. He'll directly come and attack. So even that also we have found this big green sea turtle was dragged by the. So they do come out and they eat. Leopards in Maharashtra. They dig out. Leopards are there. Mongooses are there. Not mongoose. Mongooses are there. They dig out. Rantukars are there. Pigs. Wild pigs are mad. They can sense eggs from anywhere. किती असं माहिती बिझनेस म्हाका मुझे नंबरय दिवन जाता कितें म्हाका प्रॉब्लम ना कितें फुडें कितें आसा अगर एक्सपिरियन्स जाय दुसरी कोण फील्ड आतां हांव अगर टर्टलाचे एक्सपिरियन्स म्हाका लायन आनी ते सगळ्याचे एक्सपिरियन्स सगळ्यांचे एक्सपिरियन्स एकच हाचे एक्सपिरियन्स आसतले सो म्हाका अगर दुसरी कोण मेळटा तुका तेंचे नंबर दितलो की इफ यू वॉन्ट एनी सेट्स ऑफ नॉलेज यू कॅन गेट इट फ्रॉम अदर पीपल्स well, hungry because I am also now hungry.
Will.
Yeah.
Any? Seminars, conferences have their own ways, and we typically have an opinion about them, that they are boring. But believe me, we began at around 10:30, and now it's 12:40. Right? This is what seminars are supposed to look like. Let me tell you, sir, this college has been proactively participating in all such kind of things. On behalf of Prabodhan Education Societies, Vidya Prabodhini College of Commerce, Education, Computer and Management, I personally would like to lend our gratitude towards the persons, representatives of Forest Department, and then we had our own Xaviers who had come here. And this has been a kind of dialogue rather than seminar. Number of questions coming in, the curiosity, the child within you coming up, destroying all those mental boundaries and speaking out from up, be it be whatever silly question it might be. But this is an enriching experience that we have witnessed here. Right? And what I expect from you all is, take this thing forward. We are a coastal state, believe me, we can't do without tourism. And environmental conservation has to go in hand with tourism industry. But if we can have a conscious mind and we can find a path that will maintain that equilibrium, right? Where revenue generation is complemented by environmental conservation, that would be the biggest success that a commerce college or an education college can provide such graduates who are future entrepreneurs and who are environmentally conscious and who look at nature or turtle conservation to that extent, not as a barrier for expanding tourism, but as an opportunity. Believe me, opportunities are there, they are never lost. It is just that somebody else takes it and we depend upon missing them. This is right start that we have. You are, most of you are on the verge of completing your graduation from this college. When you move on in your life, by default some of us will be there in tourism industry. By whatever means that we can, if we can lend a helping hand to nature and help it bounce back, we can have a sustainable eco-tourism system here prevailing in the state of India. Now, as a token of love from our own students, I request our students themselves to give a small pamphlet that is designed by our EVS students. I would request Rohit to hand over a small pamphlet to Mrs. Arias. One second, somebody can take a photo. Mahesh, may I request you to hand over a small pamphlet to the sir. Purva, may I request you to hand over a small pamphlet to Naik sir. Thank you everyone. This indeed has been an enriching experience for us all. Let us, take it as a beginning of a greater journey ahead. And this association, this tie-up is there for almost 10 years now. It is right time to scale it up. The society at large is conscious about environmental conservation, and here in Goa we are witnessing that change. As noted in our nursery from government data, in 2012-13 we had 7 Olin turtles coming and laying eggs on the Morji beach. Number has almost gone up manifold. This year it has gone to up to 160 odd. Right? And yesterday, the night before yesterday, also a turtle has come and we have witnessed the track from which it has come. The panel that has come for the neck beer team, those were there, were so astonished by the work done by Forest Department. And believe me, we should not let the Forest Department do it all on their own. If the community and the society, if as a teachers say you are going for internship is Morji or Mandre or Gajiba, to that extent, any other affected region. And if you can create that conscious minds in schools, they would pass on this message, they would take this message to their homes. And in their daily dialogues with their parents, this knowledge will be passed on to their parents. And these are the people who are ultimately handling all these businesses. And if the child is, wanting to see the turtles in his youth, in his future, then definitely the parents would try to conserve it for their own children. And when the topic becomes personal, people are going to do a hell lot of things that we cannot even imagine. They would make people, make government do certain things. Power stands, in knowledge. Knowledge is power. It is just that we have put up a shutter and we are only seeing money and we are looking at this turtles as enemies. We are not. We have to just open up that lead through our messages, through our conscious efforts. If we can take what Xavier sir and the forest department is trying so hard to achieve, if we can take these things ahead, definitely. And the theme itself talks about forest and innovation. Can we bring about some innovation with the way people look at tourism industry? Believe me, let me tell you frankly, I come from coastal village of Mandre, and we had a system called as homestay system. When tourism was not so much flourishing and the infrastructure was not so much available here, there were tourists who were visiting our village and they were staying with the local people in their own houses, eating what they cook. And they used to go out at night and see turtles. They used to travel to Goa only to see turtles. They used to stay in our own houses. They didn't need any 5-star hotels back then. They didn't need any intercontinental cuisines back then. We had this ecosystem and we call ourselves more educated. But our forefathers were much more learned people, educated people than what we are today. If we can become that bridge between this lost ancient knowledge, and if we can take these things ahead, definitely change is here to happen. And we are the ambassadors of change. On this positive note, let me thank all the officials, the marine section of Goa Forest Department and also the wildlife section. And definitely we are looking forward for many more associations with all the authorities. Thank you. Students, one small announcement. You have slight refreshment waiting for you outside, and also the pamphlets which have been designed by our various students.